Hi all, if you are a returning viewer, welcome back. If you are new, welcome. My name is Amira and my channel is all about trying new makeup, talking about new makeup, but also finding new and exciting ways to be inspired by the makeup you already own. If that sounds good to you, I hope you'll consider subscribing, and if you enjoyed today's video, hitting the like button. Today guys, we are going to be talking about makeup, but we are going to be talking about some very specific things, and that is brands that I'm no longer purchasing from. Now, I want to preface this. I'm going to put this out there before we even start the video. I'm going to be talking about brands that some of you may love. I may be saying some things that you may disagree with. And you know what? That's okay, because we are all adults here, I would hope. And we're all entitled to our opinions. And I just want to say that before anyone gets fresh in the comments. Understand that this is my point of view. I am not telling anyone how to spend their money. I hope you won't tell me how to spend my money. And I think that's a fair trade. You know, we can trade opinions, but let's understand that, one, this is makeup. It's not that serious. And two, we're all entitled to our opinions. But this list is fluid, okay? So there may be brands on this list right now that I may feel differently about in the future, but most of these are brands that I'm not shopping from. Some are for real, specific reasons, and others are just because they haven't been releasing things that have excited me. So yeah, that is my little disclaimer. I hope everyone can behave and be okay. Life will go on, the world will keep on spinning, I promise you. Let's get into it. All right, guys, so let's start off with the one, and I'm going to get it out of the way because I've mentioned this before in a video, and I have people in the comments being like, why? What's wrong with them? Let me know so I won't shop from them. And I will tell you why I am no longer purchasing from this brand. And I'm, again, like I said in my little disclaimer at the beginning of the video, this isn't about telling you guys how to spend your money. I'm just giving you my opinion about why I am choosing not to spend my money with certain brands at the moment. And again, some of those are serious reasons and some of them are not serious reasons. It's just, and we'll get into, why I feel the way I feel. But this isn't about telling you about how to spend your money. Everyone has their comfort level and everyone has their hard lines and their their non-negotiables when it comes to who they patronize and who they give their money to. And I am the same. But I don't want you to feel like I'm telling you that that you should stop purchasing from these brands. This is just me giving you my reasons about why I don't purchase from these brands anymore. So we're going to start off with number one, which is this is a number, but I'm just going to start off with this brand and get it out of the way. And that brand is Fenty Beauty. Now, like I said, I had people in the comments being like, what do you mean? Why don't you shop from Fenty Beauty anymore? It started sort of slow because I wasn't loving most of the products anyway that I was trying. I had a few things that I liked, but I've never been like a huge Fenty Beauty person. The original Soft Matte foundation did not work for me at all. My skin did not like that foundation. I liked the hydrating one, but when I revisited it, it wasn't working with my skin anymore. The blushes, the cream blushes, I liked a lot. The cream bronzers I thought were nice, but I've never been I didn't love the gloss bombs. I've never been a huge Fenty Beauty girl, just to get that out of the way. However, there were a few things that the owner of the brand, Rihanna, has done in recent times that just rubbed me the wrong way. And I will give you a list. You don't have to agree. This is why I feel the way that I do. She was walking around in an R. Kelly t-shirt. And this is after all of the things that we now know about R. Kelly, long after he was actually, I think, on trial when she was wearing the shirt. Having JD, and I'm not saying his name because I don't want the trolls in my comments, and I'm sure they'll show up anyway, but just understand that you will just get deleted and blocked. She had JD at her Fenty fashion show, her Fenty lingerie show. For me, that was kind of the nail in the coffin as far as me giving that brand my money. And then the performing at the Super Bowl, I know so many people were excited for it. I'm not a Super Bowl halftime person anyway, for the most part. But for me, it rubbed me the wrong way because I want to say a year, 2 years prior, she given a whole comment about why she refused to play at the Super Bowl. It had a lot to do with Colin Kaepernick and the way, you know, he was treated, and she made a huge thing about not being one of those performers who would stab, like who would go behind, you know, what was going on and perform. And I kind of was like, but you just said all that. You said all that. What's changed? You know, I just wanted to know what had changed, because nothing really had changed. So for me, those things in combination with me not really being in love with the brand in the first place, I felt like it was an easy decision for me to just not purchase from them anymore. Will that be forever? I don't know. But for now, I have decided to just not buy anything from them. And again, like I said, there's not a whole lot that I want to buy from the brand anyway. So that's out of the way. Everyone take a deep breath. You're fine. Next up is Anastasia Beverly Hills. Now, this one is an interesting one because I used to be a huge Anastasia Beverly Hills person. And then, you know, I felt like they were just kind of wobbly with their releases. It wasn't very exciting. And I had just kind of fallen out of love with the brand, just in general. And then I did a review, God, was it last year, I think, of a couple of the palettes, and I had people in my comments saying, well, did you know this about Anastasia? And honestly, I hadn't, because like I said, I had fallen out of love with the brand. I wasn't checking for them. I don't even think I was following them on Instagram at that point. I might have been, but if so, I wasn't really checking for them. So there's a lot of things that I didn't know that I then found out, and then I was like, oh, well, that's kind of crappy. So I've just decided I'm on a break from ABH. I don't know if I'll forever be, like I said, this isn't hard line, like never again. I just think you set yourself up to look like a hypocrite when you say things like that. And I don't want to do that. So I'm not going to be like, I will never purchase from these brands again. I'm just saying at this moment, this is how I'm feeling. And I'm just decided I'm just going to take a break from ABH. Third brand, Colourpop. Now, this one is a bit more, I realized not too long ago that I hadn't purchased anything from Colourpop since like summer 2021. Like, that's how long it's been. And I was shocked by that because so much has been released since then. And there have been things that I have been like, I'm really curious about that. And there are things that I almost purchased. That, what was it called? The Aura palette or Aurora palette, that big one with all the pretty colors. I probably would have purchased that had it not been so big. But I thought the color story and the aesthetic was top notch. It's one of those things where it's like I used to shop from them quite regularly, and then I fell out of the habit, and then I just stopped. And it's not for any specific reason, but there has been nothing that has compelled me to shop since then. Like, I feel like if there are things that interest me, I usually am like, actually, I'm good. I'm just like, oh, you know, actually, it's fine. That's just how I've been feeling about Colourpop. And it's not anything to do with, you know, anything with the brand, although the whole Harry Potter thing did kind of leave a bad taste in my mouth. But everybody, spend your money how you want to. I wasn't like, I'm never going to purchase from the brand again because of that, because corporations are but companies are companies, and companies are going to company, you know, they're going to go where the money is. So I didn't take that as like, companies are going to do what's best for them. You know, companies are not people, despite what Mitt Romney said. Okay. Companies are not people. They're going to do what's the right thing for their bottom line. And that's kind of how I look at it. But there's just not a whole lot that I don't feel, nothing has compelled me in that time to open my wallet. And the truth of the matter is, I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that I'm simply buying less eyeshadow palettes. I'm in this sort of phase now with eyeshadow where I'm very like, it's going to take a lot for me to open my wallet to buy an eyeshadow palette. It just is. Like, I've literally been looking at my eyeshadow palette collection, and this is after I did my huge declutter in, I think, late January, early February of this year. I'm looking at my eyeshadow palette collection right now, and I'm like ready to declutter again. Like, I'm ready. I kind of want to just like almost start over. And when I say start over, I mean like not like for like my beloveds, my ride or die, my rides or die, you know, my those babies will stay with me forever. But for the rest of it, I kind of just want to start over. I really feel that way, and I might wind up doing that. I do usually do 2 declutters a year, and the next one is due probably in next month or maybe in July. So I don't know, guys. You may see me sit here and get rid of half of my eyeshadow palette collection if I'm still in that field, in that headspace. But as of now, I think part of me is just kind of like bored with a lot of it, and also just feel like I don't need a lot of it anymore. Like it doesn't serve a purpose in my collection anymore. Most of it. And it's so strange to think that way. And I'm not decluttering anything yet because I don't like to be rash about things like that. I like to marinate on it and think about it. And that's just where I'm at right now. And so for me with Colourpop, the thing that I used to purchase the most from them were eyeshadows and like lip pencils. They still make my favorite lip pencil, and I'm down to like this much of it, guys. And I have not repurchased, and I'm like, what am I going to do? Am I going to repurchase this? I might. But usually with Colourpop, I used to always wait till there was a lot that I wanted, and I'd have like a little $30 to $40 order, and then I'd purchase it all at once. And I haven't had that yet. So the pencil's just getting smaller and smaller, and I'm just like, can I say that's just where I'm at with it? Number 4 is Melt Cosmetics. I used to love Melt Cosmetics, and I still love Melt Cosmetics, but I just feel like they have lost their way. I feel like they have lost their vibe, and I'm getting like, I hate to say this, but I'm getting like Urban Decay vibes from them. Not in the, I just feel like they used to be the cool brand, and now they're like the slightly older cool girl who's kind of aged out, but she doesn't know where she stands. You know what I mean? When you were the cool girl, and I've been that person when and then you get a little older and you're like, the landscape has changed, and you're like, what the hell? Am I still cool? I'm not cool no more. Oh no. I kind of feel like that's the era that Melt is in, and they have to find their place again. And I root for them because I think they're a fantastic brand. They've made some of my all-time favorite color stories. Those women that own that company, they have the capacity to make beautiful, beautiful color stories and collections. And I just feel they have to like regroup. But I'm not purchasing them from them right now because nothing they've released has really blown me away. I've been underwhelmed since like holiday 2021. You know, I haven't purchased anything new from Melt since I bought that Gemini 2 palette. And if you guys remember when I was doing my declutter, I was going back and forth about keeping it. And I actually decided off camera, like when I was done with my declutter, I actually decluttered it. I did. So I just want them to like, they've come out with that new Dark Matter palette, which I think is cute. Like I was like, okay, I see where you're going. It's too big. It has too many like unseasoned chicken colors in it. It's not as well curated as of a color story. They've changed the pan shape, which I'm just like, but why though? I want them to find their groove again. I want them to find, you know, that thing that they had, because I feel like they've lost it, you know, and I root for them. But there's just nothing I want. There's just nothing I want, y'all. Another brand that I'm not purchasing from anymore, and again, this isn't for any specific reason, it's just that they don't interest me anymore. They haven't really, they used to be a cool girl brand too. Granted, the original owner was not a cool girl, decidedly, and I wasn't shopping from the brand then, and then she went away, and I was like, thank the Lord. And I started buying things from them, but that is the brand Lime Crime. And Lime Crime, high-key, low-key, has some of the best like lip products. I don't love their liquid lipstick formula, but the colors were worth it. Like I don't love that formula, but I would still purchase it because the colors were just... And they have these like lip blaze things, these like lippies that were like half gloss, half lipstick. They were doing that before anyone else was doing that, guys. That was like, they were one of the first. I started purchasing these like way back when, like 2019, before that became a thing. And then they discontinued them. And I'm just like, well, and I still am on their email list, like their newsletter that they send out. And every time they send me one, I'm just like, y'all doing over there? Like, I just feel like I'm like, the few releases I've seen, I'm just like confused by, and they're like not things that I feel like are relevant to the market at the moment. And I'm just sort of like, I need you guys to like step it up, you know? I need you to give me more. So yeah, they're just like, I'm just like, no, let me know when you guys do something fun and interesting and innovative. I feel like Lime Crime, in the same way with Melt, although I don't ever feel like Lime Crime it was as creative as Melt. Because Melt was created by two makeup artists, and I think they are naturally very creative women with strong aesthetic points of view, which is why I want to get them to get it together. I never felt like that with Lime Crime. I just thought they had like decent products and cute little palettes and lippies and all of that. But I feel like the thing with Lime Crime is that their market share, like the place that they held in the market, has been usurped by brands like About Face Beauty and like Half Magic Beauty, which I did a review on. Actually, I'm wearing the Half Magic Beauty stuff right now. But yeah, I just feel like there are other brands now that have come out that are doing kind of what they used to do, but doing it better. All right, so that is it, guys. That is my little list of brands that I am not purchasing from at the moment. And again, this isn't a hard and fast like list. This is just like where I'm at with these brands that I used to purchase from and how I'm feeling about them and why I'm not purchasing from them at the moment. Let me know in the comments down below, guys, what are some of the brands that you used to love, that you used to give your money to all the time, and then for whatever reason, light or heavy, you've decided to no longer purchase from, or you just in the moment temporarily like, you're on the do not buy from list. Let me know in the comments down below. If you enjoyed today's video, please be sure to hit the like button, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye now.